bigger limiter of everything is actually YouTube itself.
Start a YouTube video and you have no good thumbnail and title, don't even start.
If that camera isn't rolling when he tells me, you're not ready, bro.
Right. What is a good thumbnail? What is a good title?
Hey everyone, it's Canto Mando. I'm Edward.
I'm Sheldon.
And I'm Mike.
And welcome to another episode of Wealthbusters.
Today we're going to share with you some of our YouTube success tips.
And we're going to find out Cody's OnlyFans.
Sponsored by TD Bank.
And how much he makes.
I would really want to ask, how do you guys stay as friends as elementary classmates? Went on all the way to build a YouTube channel for how long? 8 years now?
5 years?
6 years?
No, I think closer to
7? Well, we didn't take it serious, like full-time serious till 2019. I remember the full date, the actual day we quit our jobs. And went
All three of you guys, all quit together.
Like on the same day?
around the same time, like the same week, right? That was 2019 in April.
How many subscribers you guys have at that?
I think we had just hit 100K in January of that year.
Wow.
And you guys
Really?
quit your job?
We did. I know we did.
I thought we were lower than 100K.
No. When we all committed to quitting our jobs and doing YouTube, we were around 100K subscribers.
Wow.
We were around 100K subscribers.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It was 20K in total revenue. That's what I'm mixing up with. Per year.
Yeah.
And you guys all quit your job. How much were you guys all making individually
At
that time?
At that time, I was working a consulting job, management consulting, and it was probably like with bonus at the end of the year, 80,000.
80,000? Edward?
I was between 60 to 70.
Sheldon?
So at the time, I was actually still in school. But before that, I was doing internships at I was a data scientist.
Yeah.
So the projected starting, if I...
Right. The projected starting.
in the world of tech,
Okay.
at least 90 would be my minimum.
He just wants to go 10 above me. I don't know why.
At
You
least.
could have
So
gone 100. Just
The
go to-
opportunity
no.
salary was there.
Yeah, the opportunity
Yeah.
salary.
He wants to one up.
So listen, how does a management consultant, how does another smart guy, another engineer, make 4 times individually of 20K decide to quit on some day in 2019 and do this crazy YouTube stuff? How much? You guys are only making 20K. Like, what were you guys thinking?
Dude, wait, I want to clarify. I don't actually think we were making 20K. I remember that year I said, if we can make at least 20K a year each, I'm comfortable quitting my job.
And
I'm comfortable. Yeah, I'm comfortable not going like a full-time
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, are you sure we're 20K?
We
one sponsorship ever.
yeah,
That
so
sounds pretty sad.
yeah.
Kudo, is this still around?
Yeah. So shout outs to Kudo.
Yeah.
Shout outs to
so,
Kudo, man.
So no, we were I remember I said specifically, if we can make at least 20K this year, I'll quit my job.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll not apply for a job.
Yeah. I know that's not how the true story went. You had less to lose because Sheldon was in school at the time. So quitting his job meant that my internship is going to end in a month anyways and not renewing it for a new one, right? Edward and I were working jobs.
Yeah, real
And
job.
we just started. We had just started.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of had a little pack before. We're like, let's just quit. Because when I was working my job, I go in at 10 a.m. and then I come home at 7. And then from that, we would just film all the way till 12. And back then, we used to do like punishments as drinking. And then most of the times I'd be hungover and then I be on the TTC going to work. You guys don't know, TTC is like our transportation method. And then I would take the subway to go to work. And then halfway, I'd be like, yo, dude, I'm too hungover for this. I call in sick and then TTC all the way back home and just sleep. Yeah. So my mind was definitely at the channel.
Yeah, I guess like what Mike is describing is like the suffering, right? So we had to balance 2 jobs. Basically, this was a full-time job and then our actual full-time jobs. And then it got to a point where we were like, the other job is making us miserable and we think the only way to actually progress is to go all in for the channel, which is what we did. So we just we basically bet it all on the channel and it worked out.
How did that go? Like telling family or anyone who asked, what are you doing? Like how did
We actually
Oh.
filmed it.
Yeah.
We filmed fully, calling our parents and
Oh
telling
my
them,
God.
hey, we're
That
gonna
was
quit our
live,
job.
not rehearsed.
That was
Live.
live.
It was
Yeah.
live.
Oh no, I need to watch that. What?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
literally called our parents and said, hey, I'm going to quit my job. And then like literally film the reaction, because if
Oh
we're
my
gonna suffer, you might as well as
Publicly
YouTubers say.
suffer.
As YouTubers say, if you're gonna suffer, you might as well make a video out of it.
Yeah.
There's no point suffering if you're not gonna make a video out of it.
That's what Sean says all the time. He would like be like, "Yo, guys, if we're gonna film something and I eat something spicy and I'm gonna pass out, make sure the camera's rolling." Okay, I'm like, all right, fine.
So we recorded the whole thing, and yeah, like I'll be honest, like especially with like more traditional Asian parents, them too, their parents were quite upset.
Yeah,
Yeah, really bad. Like I ended up tearing up on camera. But again, like if you're gonna tear up, at least tear up on camera, right? So yeah, it worked out. Yeah.
I was holding an onion behind the camera, like doing this.
I was doing it wrong though. I didn't tell my mom until a year later. My mom like,
I mean, that's smart though. Until like you had a stable, steady income from.
yeah, no, but I just don't want her to ask questions. Just nothing helps, you know.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna talk you out of it. She's gonna try to talk you out of it.
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah.
plant that seed of doubt that
Exactly.
was never there.
Right.
It's like I felt confident going
Yeah.
into this, but now I'm nervous
Yeah.
for no reason.
If
It
you,
was
if
tough.
you if you have full, like if you have full conviction to do
Yeah.
anything, it's best not to tell anyone.
Yeah.
Because
Just do it.
oftentimes, yeah, just do it. Especially
Just do
people
it.
who will try and talk you out of it,
Yeah.
like your parents, and not because they're against you, but because
They
they
love
want
you.
what they think is best for you.
Exactly.
And what
Yeah.
they think is best for you is not always what's actually best for you.
Yeah. They're very used to like a conservative approach. It's never being risky, like being a business owner or like doing something on your own. It's always like you work this job after university, you get a house, you have a family, and that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's like, what do you mean you want to be an owner? What are you doing?
Exactly.
Go get an employee number and stand in line. Like,
Exactly.
But we had a video to make, so it was all recorded.
yeah.
But if I was doing that, I mean, if I was doing the old job, I would be terrible at it.
Yeah.
But you never got a real job, though, have you?
No,
I
the
worked-
opportunity
Yeah,
salary
you
was
never
there.
had a real job.
9 internships
Oh, damn. Okay.
before I worked 9 internships before I graduated.
Got roast.
Cody's like, but that's not a real job.
No,
No, it's a real job. I worked 16 months as an
Yeah.
internship,
it's
so
a real job.
it's a
But-
real job, man.
But what I realize is like when you're working jobs you don't care about,
Yeah.
you suck at it.
Yeah, I suck at it.
I was
My
so
last
bad.
job, I
course.
really sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like my first day on the job, I had a meeting, and I was trying my best to stay awake, but I couldn't. And so like when you try to stay awake in a meeting you don't care about,
Yeah.
like I always sat in the front near the computer and I just stare at it like really intently. But in reality, my eyes are closed the whole time.
Oh my God. There was one point where I literally trained myself to just sleep with my eyes open. It was the creepiest thing ever. I didn't even
Exactly.
know I was doing it at
That's
one point.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
didn't even
talent.
know. Someone woke me up and I'm like, oh, I'm at
Keep
work.
with your eyes open.
That's
There's,
the
there's a customer right here.
ultimate
Yeah.
skill. Ultimate
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah.
So we're gonna dive into deeper of your story, but over all these years, you guys created your channel for 6 years. You guys pivot 4 to 5 times.
Yeah.
Why do you think your diehard fans still come back to your channel? What do they see in you guys?
Well, the only consistency after all these pivots is us three and our interactions and our friendship.
Not even a girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. I made a pivotal couple times as well. It's
You guys
true.
are going to get killed after this.
Yeah. And I think that that's something that I guess is one of the current challenges that we are facing as creators is the older you get, you don't have the same hobbies. You grow older into different,
Yeah.
liking different things, and to keep that community together is kind of hard. So that's one of the kind of like the pieces of the puzzle that I'm trying to solve right now for the channel. Yeah.
Isn't your audience grow with you?
Mhm.
Yeah, they do. They grow with us, but because we are so kind of lighthearted and we make kind of comedic stuff, we also attract a younger audience as well. So kind of balancing what people like to see from us before and also what people want to see us from us going in the future.
Mm.
I mean, I would actually say and argue that like we've grown, but our content hasn't grown with us. And what I mean by that is like when I was 18, I watched a lot of entertainment type YouTube.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I pretty much only watch serious YouTube.
I
Yeah.
still watch Jimmy O Young though.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
watch some kind of stand-up content, but I don't watch like
Yeah.
that much like funny types. I watch like
Yeah.
more
Not funny,
serious
funny, but
enter-
yeah.
yeah.
Like yeah.
Whereas we are still funny, so it's like
I think
that
I
might
hope
be-
so.
that might be where we've grown, but the content hasn't grown
Yeah.
in that direction.
Yeah.
And people's taste might have changed to be more serious.
Mm. So that's the puzzle that Mike is trying to solve.
Yeah, but based on demographic data, and data doesn't lie, we still attract a huge portion of our audience between the ages of 18 and 24.
Interesting.
Majority of
I would say like 45%.
that's
Yeah.
really high.
Yeah.
What's the other? What's your
25 to 35, and those are probably the core people that we grew up with watching our content. Exactly.
Do you find like certain elements now, like with comedy, you have to like adopt for the new, like younger audience members? So like if you're used to doing like a certain type of style for 25 to 35, do you find now have to like do something new?
Yeah, we're kind of struggling with that, like showcasing, because we laugh at different things now, but bring that kind of energy forward into our content. I think that is not that big of an issue, just because around each other we still kind of act similar.
Yeah.
So kind of highlighting that would be the difficult challenge here.
Are you guys the same on camera and off camera?
Same on camera, off camera.
Definitely not.
You think so?
Definitely like as in same to an extent. Meaning on camera, there might be like a certain aspect of your personality that you
Yeah.
emphasize and show more,
Yeah.
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 and certain aspects of your personality that you emphasize and show less.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair. Yeah. Different sides.
Yeah.
Because like you guys are quite well known in Toronto, Canada. So when you guys go to like Chinese restaurant, people recognize you guys, right?
Yeah.
Not like me, I'm only known in finance. But when you guys go out, people like that's Sheldon, that's
Yeah.
Edward, that's Mike.
But people recognize you at TD, right?
Yeah.
People come up to me with their phone and
Hey,
they pull it out, be like, "Is that you? Can
Yeah.
you see my account?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
Oh man.
I can't. Okay,
What's
I
your
promise.
strategy? What are you looking at the market this week?
Bank statement, right?
Yeah.
Right after I met him, I signed on to TD Easy, like the
You really
app.
saw my
I
face?
literally saw your face. I'm like, I can't escape.
Dude, you're famous,
I
man.
can't escape him. It was like a jump scare. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's the AI younger version of Cody face. I know which one. I know what photo it is.
Man, life gets on you. So all these years, do you guys have any like 6 years, like after you guys quit your job, do you guys have any true moments you guys like, you know what, that's full this YouTube, man. Like us three just won't work out, like for whatever reason. Have you guys had those moments? Because all YouTubers hit a wall. You guys hit 4 walls, right? You guys
Yeah.
pivot 4 times,
Yeah.
right? Can you share a story of that? What's the worst one? And how do you guys dealt with it?
What do you guys feel?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we've probably had some.
We've had that. I'd say we have that a good amount of time.
Yeah, we had a good amount of times. I think there was a portion in the big. We started off doing language and trying to, we started off doing like Chinglish stuff, like Chinese and English. Like we're embracing the fact that we're bad at language, and we're just doing fun challenges.
Yeah.
And then we pivoted to a lot of makeup stuff because that was what our audience wanted.
Wait, who's doing makeup?
No. Okay, so our audience, it went from Chinese, Chinglish stuff to more like we're like these like young boys, and then we kind of became like idolized in the same way that like a K-pop band, boy band would be idolized. So then it's a bit more like makeup, K-pop.
Oh, I thought you guys turned to like MUAs for a minute. I'm like, that's
No,
kind
we
of
didn't.
impressive. Okay, there is many sides.
No, but it wasn't like we're doing like a makeup review. It would be like, all right, we would like transform this guy into like a K-pop idol, and then
You as
Oh my
well. Don't
God.
even put me. As
All
anyone
three
in
of
it.
us. All three of us did it.
would include one part of the video. We had to do the makeup.
Is it down to like the synchronized dance? Please say yes.
Yeah, we
It was
did an
all
episode like that.
cringy, bad dancing for fun.
I love that.
But I do think that going back to what we mentioned, that's like the difference in how we changed actually is actually based off how serious about YouTube we were. And the more serious we were, I think the less we went in a direction that we loved and more towards a direction that we thought would perform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah,
Meaning like in the beginning, right? It was purely like we just love it. It's so much fun. It's so much whatever. It's a fun in games. And that's when you truly love it and you
Yeah.
YouTube is so much fun.
Yeah.
But as you quit your job and it becomes okay,
Serious.
we're living up.
There's
making
an
a living.
ROI.
There's ROI. Like this is our life on the line.
Yeah.
Then it's like okay, now let's optimize for what we think the audience will like.
Yeah.
And then I think that is the path that we've gone
Mhm.
and stuck onto. And I think that's a path that most creators struggle with in general
Yeah.
is what do I like versus what I think my audience will like.
right.
Yeah.
And I think that to that point, the perfect balance for any creator who wants to pursue this as a job is finding that Venn diagram in the middle. And that's
What's that
what's fun.
Venn diagram?
Something that you like to do, but something that that's also going to perform.
Yeah.
That sweet spot in the middle is what's going to keep your sanity.
Yeah, that's our Wealthbuster. I don't know about you, but I love finance.
I hope so.
Exactly.
It's in the name of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, it's hard to do something they're not passionate about
Yeah.
for a long period of time because you go through so many ups and downs. So easy to give up. And
Yeah.
you doubt yourself so many times.
Right.
So many times I film a video, I never put it out.
Yeah.
Which is I think it sucks. And we put it out. Best view in video.
And it's harder, especially being in the videos itself, because if you don't like to do it and you're trying to do it, the audience will get a sense of
Yeah.
it. No matter how energetic you are, they'll get a sense that you're like kind of just pushing along for the sake of pushing along.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing though. Like when you do some shit. Can I swear?
Sure, go
Yeah,
for
when
it,
you
man.
like the worst
Bleep.
thing is when you do some stuff that you hate and it blows up,
Oh,
and then the
dude.
stuff
Yeah.
you like.
Oh, dude, that's so
Do,
bad.
do you
So
know
bad.
what's my most viewed TikTok video? Is the video I don't want to talk about. I say no 5 times, but my organic social media guys just say, Cody, I think this one will blow up.
Yeah.
You know what's that?
You putting on makeup?
I haven't gone that far though. The top 5 OnlyFans earners. That video went over 1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. You use the word OnlyFans in there. It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
I learned something as well, but I never imagined.
Well, the thing is that once that blows up, let's say you don't like that video, your next thought is going to be like, okay, so how can I spin this off and get another viral video and be like the economics of an OnlyFans creator? You know, like, and then you break down like the costs and then like a couple lingerie pieces here and there, and then boom, return revenue, ROI that, and then you have a viral video there. But the problem is you don't want to do it.
Yeah. The next thing you know, you're an OnlyFans specialist.
Is anyone
Right?
taking notes for our next video?
Cody
Next thing
starts
you know,
OnlyFans.
next thing you know, Cody's an OnlyFans specialist.
No, but he starts one after, right? That's how the line of
Watch, he's
progression
gonna be
goes
caught
down.
on there and he's like, honey, I'm doing research.
Yeah. He takes a photo and he's like, that looks like Victoria's Secret 2023 swimsuit edition. Quick search, how much did it cost? ROI on that? Cody starts
Like subscribing to all these OnlyFans models.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, it's research. Honey, it's
It's
research.
homework, I swear.
It is what it is. How we,
I had to spend 10K.
Yeah. he's one of the OnlyFans like premium subscribers.
Yeah.
Now I know why that video went viral.
Oh my
Yeah.
Even within the conversation,
Yeah.
it went viral.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's what people want to see. You
It's
know.
provocative. It gets the people going.
Yeah, I guess people are going.
Yeah, but that's why we ended up with transform makeup and then transform makeup for me, and then after those two did well, transform makeup for him. So yeah.
And then so after like the first you guys do the Chinglish stuff,
Mhm.
and then the makeup, and
Yeah.
then what was the third thing that you guys
Dating.
transformed to?
We had a
Dating for a bit,
Yeah.
which was stopped when we got in relationships and it
Yeah.
wasn't seeing a single guy anymore.
Yeah. It,
And
it,
then-
it literally reflected a period of our life, though. That's what we were kind of
Yeah.
into during that period of our life. Oh yeah, okay, fine. Fair. That's true.
And then after dating, it went into like trying to be like party type stuff
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we were single and really partying a lot.
Yeah.
And after that, it went into trying to do Chinese stuff again. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think that's really what the channel was founded on, as the
Yeah,
Chinese
yeah.
aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then when that didn't perform that well, then it was okay. What else can we do?
yeah. So like off the camera, I guess, tell me why you guys create the channel in the first place, right? So who wants to tell us that?
Yeah, I'll share the story. So it's funny. I was doing like an internship, like probably the worst.
One of the 9.
One of the
internship?
9. One of the 9. This is number 5. Number 5, and it was the worst internship I ever had in my life.
The worst one.
Yeah, they lied to me in that internship.
Wow.
I was supposed to be mechanical designer, right? In reality, I was screwdriver.
Oh my god.
So they literally had me like just screwing stuff
that's a
in
very
all day.
expensive
Yeah.
screwdriver.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So the whole day I was just screwdriving. I hated my job. I hated my life. And so at the time I was like, well, while I'm screwdriving, I'm gonna listen to I'm trying to learn Chinese.
He puts an AirPod on.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn Chinese. And then as I was learning Chinese, I was like, oh shoot, like I actually enjoy learning Chinese. Let me try and make a YouTube channel trying to teach Chinese.
Wow.
Because, through learning Chinese, I start to like feel like I start
Because
to
you were in it.
Yeah, I was in it.
You were in it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where your head is at.
Yeah. And I was like, I start to feel like, I start to really embrace myself as a Chinese person.
Yeah.
I used to hate being Chinese, but through learning that, I started to embrace that. So then I was like, maybe if I help other people learn the language too, people like me will start to embrace their identity as a Chinese person.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe they'll like themselves more.
Yeah.
And so I made the channel to do that in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So it started off as a learning channel.
Yeah.
So do you think most of your audience are like kind of CBC, ABC, kind of always trying to find the real identity, kind of like us kind of speak English, but we still have the Asian parents kind of thing?
Yeah.
Is that most of your audience?
Yeah,
kinda
I would say
relate?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they really related to us at first,
Yeah.
because we were doing a lot of stuff that related to being Asian American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys proud that you guys helped them out a lot? Have they?
Yeah, I mean, when people say hi, and we've done multiple like.
And what do
school
people say
events,
hi when they say hi? What is the first thing they say to you guys?
Like, oh my God, is that Canto Mando? And then sometimes I like to say no. And just to see their face, you're like, oh shit, I was just another
Never
Asian,
heard them
just
in
another
my
Asian
life.
person that looks. No, I mean, pulling your leg, and it's like they're just like, oh my God, I'm a huge fan. But it kind of like it always feels good, but the moments that you kind of really realize the impact is when you go to these school events and talk
Yeah.
there and tell you about your experiences. You're just literally talking about your life, and people are like, oh wow, that's
Yeah.
very admirable. I'm like, it's just a regular
Mm.
Asian, upbringing.
Mm. Wow. So I know you guys all have successful career before going full time, right? So you guys are already probably have the structural organizational skills that come into making these videos. So did your production schedule change at all throughout the years? Like production, the way you guys make things, how you guys break down tasks, did that change throughout the years?
I think 100%. Like, yeah, before it was just like be in my basement, set up a camera, and just be you.
Dude, I think you're highly overestimating
Yeah,
us when we quit our jobs.
yeah.
Like literally when we quit our jobs, it was just like bust out a camera, like have no idea what I'm doing, like
Yeah.
press film, no organization.
Well, you're 18.
No, sorry, we're like 21. After
21, yeah.
21. Yeah,
Yeah.
zero
Yeah, like
organization.
you're saying like, oh, I think you guys were organized.
Yeah.
we had no idea what we were doing, man.
Yeah, I don't even know if you were talking about me. I'm like, what?
But organization thing. But I think we were still working on this, and we're still working on it to an extent, like recently as well. But recently we've kind of divided up responsibilities, which has actually really helped with our organization. Because before it was like, okay, everyone throw in ideas for videos, everyone pitch in how you think the video should be, and then we would get into a lot of conflicts. So now, yeah. So now it's like we all have our own separate domains. So it's like I handle this, I handle that, and then so like there's less butting heads now. So that's a big organizational change that has happened recently.
Yeah.
Has that been working well?
It's been resulting in a lot less stress and a lot less fights.
Yeah.
I think what it's resulted in, because basically before we were three guys,
Three generals.
three generals, like each trying to steer the boat in a different
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone had an idea where the boat should go, and everyone went in different directions.
Yeah.
Now what it is Mike manages the entire Canto Mando boat,
Mhm.
and that's his
Content.
boat. The
Yeah.
content, yeah.
What are you guys gonna film? How are you guys gonna film
Yeah.
it?
Exactly.
How you want the audience to feel when they watch your video?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all you.
That's a big part. How the audience experiences the content.
And so that results in accountability.
Mhm.
Whether it's
Yeah.
better or worse is it's
Yeah.
up to you.
One
to decide.
person.
One
One general.
person, but he manages everything. So now he doesn't need to butt heads with us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, before had a lot of probably issues with accountability, because if let's say the video didn't perform, one person would be like, "Well, I told you so."
Spider-Man.
Yeah. If only he didn't do that. But now it's like if any of our domains don't perform, we can actually work on becoming better.
Yeah, and it's the Spider-Man meme, but everybody's pointing at one Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know who to point your finger at.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
It's
that. I love
person,
that.
Who has the hardest job out of three of you guys?
Ooh.
I honestly probably think he probably has the most pressure.
I agree, man.
Yeah, because
I'm struggling with the production so much. It's
It's because everything, any failure is right there for the entire world to see. If your video gets 1K views,
don't say 1K views, bro. That's just
1K
hurts my
views
heart.
more on my channels.
More on my channels, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It is.
finance 1K views CPM is a different story. You're still making decent money.
Yeah.
And we just started 3 months ago. Chill. Chill.
But yeah, if a video underperforms, we can see, everyone can see, and then it's right there for everyone to see.
Yeah.
I think I agree. I think Mike has the most difficult job because YouTube is tough. YouTube is actually
man.
I
Do you
everyone
know
wants
how many
YouTuber, it's-
YouTubers go go into depression. and
So
stuff.
many.
Yeah.
Like not many people are mentally tough as us. Like we put out a
just
video,
gonna
we
look at
think
the
it's gonna
camera.
hit,
Yeah.
and then okay, one video didn't hit, fine. 3 videos in a row.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, man, maybe I should quit. I don't know. Maybe I should
Dude,
quit YouTube.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. That struggle is the same at 1 million, same at 2 million,
Yo,
same at 3 million. I know so many
Oh, sorry.
YouTubers
Yeah.
Really?
who are just they're just not. They're just like it's the same issues.
Yeah.
Only
That's
the only
what
difference
I
is that they're in a nicer house.
Yeah.
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 One of the same issue.
Dude, you have no. I just tell you a recent story. Like we had a video that I was like, man, this is gonna be the one. You know, like spent so much time on it. We cooked like a dish from every country in the world, and then we got it. And then I was like,
What was that video? Come on, more details. I want to hear it. I want to hear.
So
the
that video
pain.
was our 1 mil subscriber special, and it was we cooked a dish from every country in the world. We attempted to add 95 dishes, put a lot of effort.
I know that.
You know,
You guys talk about that before you guys film it.
yeah. I had a huge crew with it, and then it just fell flat on his face. I mean, I'm crossing my fingers. We're still doing thumbnail changes, but just the thing, I was at the time visiting my girlfriend in Vancouver, and then
Yeah.
that video came out. I literally, I had no data either at the time. I used it all up. I literally went to buy extra data, and we would be eating. She's not gonna watch this, right? Okay, but I would like sneak to the bathroom just to refresh my analytics in the middle of thing. I'd be like,
Oh my
"Fuck,
god.
stomach hurt," and then just go there and be like, "Oh shit, 8 out of 10, man, 8 out of 10. That's not a good thing, yo." And then I just go back, and that's all that's all that consumed my mind.
Yeah.
You know, so it's tough. It's tough not to get yourself into that cycle, right? Because when you're doing, I don't know, like when you're doing something else, it's like the line between what is successful and failure is right there. Like
Yeah.
you have instant feedback.
And YouTube wants that.
Yeah.
They want to give you the pressure for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to let you see
Yeah.
it.
YouTube is almost like, oh, it might
Very
do well a little
honest,
bit on,
but yeah.
yeah, exactly. So the range between the feedback of what is successful and not is really hard to, distinguish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like any steps that you try to put in to like avoid that mindset? Because like a lot of people really do succumb to that. So do you like try to like throw your phone across the
Do you guys
building?
all
Just,
three
like,
of you guys hug and just cry for a little bit?
No.
But I think Sheldon, you put like a blocker on your YouTube Studio app.
I don't. Yeah. So I mean, we've
Okay.
tried all these things. Like I had a blocker on YouTube Studio. I had all these things to prevent me from looking at it. I was like, oh, first 24 hours to look at it. But in reality, like you're gonna look at it.
Yeah.
Because one is you need to look at it in order to make adjustments,
Mhm.
right? So you
Yeah.
have to look at it, and then two is just like you curiosity killed the cat. Like you cannot look at the stupid
Yeah.
thing.
yeah.
Exactly.
So like, yeah, you just deal with it, and then we just send like crying face memes.
yeah,
to-
our favorite one is Hide the Herald. If you guys know,
Hide the Pain
It's-
Herald?
Yeah, Hide the Pain Herald. It's this guy who's like smiling but crying at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the one we use the most recently. So
Wow, I relate on a religious level to that.
yeah,
Yeah. You're just like, yeah, do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna come.
yeah.
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 Get the gift from Jim.
Or like the fire one. This is fine.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Classic.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So if all three of you guys kind of agree on Mike has the hardest job, how are you guys helping him behind the scene?
How do we help him behind the scenes? I mean, we just do what he asks us to do without complaining. Yeah, without questioning. I'm trying to do that. Like that's my new motto when working with Mike for the videos. Especially when we're filming, it's like, all right, if he's got this planned out, I'm just gonna do what he said.
Yeah, and the same thing. It's like the way I look at it is, if I come in and try to impose my will, then we're getting back to the exact same
Yeah.
things we had before. It's like
Mhm.
this is his domain, and he has the responsibility for it, right? And so I don't want to come in and be like, oh, I think you should do X, Y, Z, X, Y,
Yeah.
X, Y, Z.
Mm.
Like if he needs support and he needs questions, sure, I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the way we support him is actually doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just being there.
Just do what's been told. Like
Yeah,
the,
being
like
there.
the Asians
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Now you're the dad.
Yeah.
Now you're the dad.
Now I have to play the dad. But I think for me, to add to that, how do I kind of make sure I'm on the right track? I guess recently I've been trying to have more conversations with people that are outside of my niche that are also succeeding to kind of broaden my horizon
Yeah.
to what works and what doesn't, and building a team of people that I can bounce feedback on because they're doing different things now for the channel,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah, I think that's where you're helping me hire the great creative director.
Yeah.
You're trying, like Mike is telling me, like your back end, you're trying to have a pre-production.
Mhm.
What do you call it?
pre-production, production, and post-production. That's like
Yeah.
kind of the three teams you want
Yeah.
to create good content. Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier to find a post-production
Mhm.
or production, but the pre-production is hard to find, right?
Right.
I don't know, like I always like chat with Mike is like, how can I find someone that is as good as me that can write a script for
Yeah.
me, so I can just show up and I like the content, I make a small changes and go.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, bro.
I was about to say that. I'm so glad you said it.
ChatGPT, bro.
Yes.
But I try so many times. I don't like Chat GPT stuff. It's I'm like, come on, this is way. You need to go next level.
Yeah.
Go next level Chat GPT. And my team is using it. I still look at it. I'm like, the moment they use Chat GPT, I'm like, you're using Chat GPT, right?
Wow.
Like, I can tell, and I don't know.
You can
I'm,
always tell. It says "Good evening."
Yeah.
Hope this email finds you well.
no, you can train your Chat GPT.
Oh, for
really
sure.
Well, as in, you can say, hey, talk like this person with this, and then a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more tone. This that, like you can train it pretty well, but
Yeah.
what I found so far is that the content is still very superficial.
Yeah.
Everything seemed right on the surface,
Mhm.
but when you read it as someone who knows it, you're like, there's no depth in it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I can teach at elementary school.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
There's no depth or experience behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like talk about stock option. They're like, yeah, this is what it put is. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. The way you explain
Is it a
wrong.
speaker now? Is
Yeah.
it doing option speeches now? ChatGPT. Can it replace you?
Well, I
Have you ever tested that out?
I've been asked to do a video because like recently, like the YouTubers always struggle with what I want to do
yeah.
and
Yeah.
what people want to see.
Right.
Recently, AI Chat GPTs are so big, right? So my guy is like, Cody, do a video of can Chat GPT trade better than you? You compete for 3 months.
I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, 3 months. But I'm like, that's 3 months of me doing what?
Competing.
Chat GPT. Like, I don't know. I'm like,
You're automating your own job at that point.
yeah, I'm like, that would be cool, but I don't know. I just have no passion for that.
Right.
Right. And then, but I know people want to see that. Maybe if I do that, it'll be 1 million views.
Yeah.
Mm.
You never know.
You know, maybe I should just go back and do that.
Yeah.
Just do what you told me to do.
It would be 1 million if you did like, can ChatGPT outmake the largest OnlyFans girl? And then there you go to 1 million. You know, like AI girl OnlyFans.
Oh, AI girl fans make a lot of money.
Yeah, I've been seeing those like
AI
crazy.
girl OnlyFans makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so weird. They look so real. Like I've been seeing like snippets on like Reddit and Twitter. And I'm
Really?
just like, there's no way.
I mean, they
there's
look-
actual like
Mike
virtual
is like, how do you guys
influencers.
know?
Mike is like,
No. I just thought of it. I don't actually. Okay, first of all, disclaimer. I don't actually know what I'm talking about. Right? Letting my girlfriend know right now. Okay, but
it's actually, I didn't know it was a thing.
Dude, yo,
I'm just learning.
AI. There's literally like Instagram AI
Yeah.
girl pages where it's like you pay them and they can do whatever promo on your product.
You know what I'm going to ask you?
What?
How do you know?
Oh, dude, yo, I because I follow a bunch of entrepreneurship pages that talk about
okay, got it,
running
got
an
it.
AI
Yeah.
OnlyFans page
Yeah.
as a next business model.
And then you have to just, based on your analytical mindset, you just have to go see for yourself if it's true or not.
Yes.
Oh my God. A scientific standpoint.
Sheldon,
Exactly.
Okay,
just
got
a
it.
slide there. Smart. OnlyFans people are also entrepreneurs, right?
They are.
Exactly. Yes.
They just give what the
He's
audience
expanding his network.
Yeah.
I'm
True.
just learning how to bust wealth in 2023. I'm just learning how to bust wealth,
Oh my god.
Nice.
figuratively and literally.
That's beautiful.
So-
oh my god.
Since you guys been in the game for so long, do you think there's a secret to YouTube algorithm?
I 100% think there's a secret to YouTube.
What's the sauce?
Do you think it keeps changing? Or
Um,
do you think it's the same?
I think YouTube has literally one goal is to have you stay on the platform and have you watch. That's literally the only goal. And that is what they'll do at all cost. I heard recently that like YouTube is to the point where they'll know what to show you when you're winding down before you go to bed versus what they'll show you during the day. And that changes. So I think the YouTube algorithm is a lot smarter than people
Yeah.
gives it credit for. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a secret, we haven't. It's like we know that there's a secret. We know there's a formula,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but have we cracked it ourselves? Not necessarily, but
Yeah.
obviously people have,
Mhm.
right? And it's they've figured out how to give people exactly what they
Yeah.
want, and have it be on topics that, do have that virality to them.
So what I always wonder is like, is the secret the formula, or is the secret the application of the formula that everyone already knows?
Yeah.
Right? Because it seems like it's like, how to maintain someone's attention. That might be like more common knowledge. You can just search that anywhere. But the application of, and the actual like, putting that into a video and, You know, that's the super hard part, right?
100%, because I think that what the variable that is missing is the human aspect of it.
100%.
Because by that logic, then AI videos that follow the formula to a T should be the ones that are most popular on YouTube, but they're not.
There's a guy that always talk about YouTube automation.
Yeah, I think his name is
Raz or something.
I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, I'll argue that so no. The ones that follow the formula to a T are going to perform. The problem is following the formula to a T.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, for example, if I said to you, okay, how do you become the best NBA player? Have the best 3-point percentage. Have no turnovers. Have perfect passing assist ratio. Have you know what I mean? Best field goal percentage, right?
Yeah.
Now to actually have that perfect 3-point percentage, right? To actually have in YouTube like sense, the perfect idea that has has that virality to it, that can get a lot of impressions. Did you actually brainstorm properly for that idea? Right. Next, did you make a thumbnail that's actually eye grabbing, or one that you just thought was eye grabbing? Right. Or did you make a video that's actually someone can watch the whole thing to get 100% watch time, or did you just make what you thought would get 100% watch time? But the formula is there.
But I'm gonna add though, the point where you said to get somebody to watch 100% of the time, that is not an X plus Y equals thing, and you could just plug in two variables. There is an element of why they like watching you, and the why is the hardest thing to kind of grasp. You know what I mean? You can say all the right things, but if the audience doesn't feel what you say, it doesn't really matter.
And you also have to do it consistently all the time. It's not just like one video you spent like 3 days doing. It's like you have to execute perfectly. Whereas like if you're just showing yourself, like it's not effortless. It's still a lot of work, but it's a whole lot easier than being perfect.
But it's definitely not just luck. It's definitely not just luck.
Like Cody, would you say that there's like the secret code to being a great options trader?
Done strategy.
Probably there is.
What's that? Secret code is set and done.
You're done strategy. I'm saying.
People keep getting honest. Cody, I want to learn to set and forget strategy.
Set and forget.
I would say there is, but like it's just how easy is it to actually do that, right? Which is why you might need to go talk to Cody. But
there's a YouTube channel, much smaller than Canto Mando, but it's full of good content for free. If you guys want
ChatGPT.
Yeah, none of them is from ChatGPT. If that's from there, I would punch out a lot more videos. Like reason we just had one video that I push it back 4 times, and I realized that I was explaining bull put spread. The whole video halfway, I was talking about a bear put spread. The whole half of the video, I didn't realize. Went through 3 times. All my editors, 2 of them, no one catched that until this morning. I'm like, hey, dude, I think 4-minute video, I screwed up. I all said bear put spread. But I'm trying to say bull put.
Yeah.
So I literally, before I came here, I filmed. I'm like, can you just put a black screen on before that come on? And be like, hey guys, just a quick note.
I actually think those moments are humanizing, in a sense, where you come in and record yourself. Hey, future Cody here.
Yeah.
Totally screwed up on this. Is bull, not bear, and then that could create a community.
You should have put an intro being like, hey guys, for this video, replace the word bear with bull. Enjoy.
It's just, anyway. But yeah, coming to your point though, I think that's the like YouTube stuff, in my opinion, it's a lot harder than trading. Because trading, you can have high probability trades. You can go in, sometimes it goes wrong. I know Sheldon's part of my group as well. Like most of the time I'm winning, but there's time where we need to take losses. And it's a little bit emotional because everyone, like for you guys don't remember the video that went viral. You guys remember the video that you guys put in so much time and did not perform. And those one hurt so much.
Yeah.
I still remember mine. Remember that one you were helping me out?
Oh yeah, the
TikTok.
The TikTok reacts to TikTok.
I thought that one's gonna go viral.
Yeah.
That one's the one that we strategically put in some educational, some funny, some educational, some funny, some 16-year-old, some girls, very good figure, wearing low blouse and all that. Like we strategically put in and 200 views. And Michael was like scratching his head. I'm like, Mike, come on, that's the first video to help me out, man.
Wait, did you use the boob girl, the boob apple girl?
No, it wasn't actually. No, the video has already come out. Was like, if you want to make FU money, remember that?
I think so. Actually, don't know what time.
he changed his mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't say it. No.
I thought you said too much.
He's already in trouble for Wealthbusters.
Yeah, yeah. I totally understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But coming back to this, what does your production flow look like right now? Like Mike could probably talk about. Yeah. The most recent video.
Yeah.
How do you guys do it?
So right now we have brainstorming. I have 2 people to do a brainstorming call, and that is very much based on volume. So before it was revolving around the idea that if I could just think through and just filter ideas in my own head, that would be good. But I realize now is much better and more efficient to spit out, like, let's say 400 ideas and then go back and filter that list versus filtering in your own head.
Yeah.
Right. So I have specifically people, 2 people that I work with just to do brainstorming, and we come out on a monthly basis of probably close to, I think, 150, 600 ideas total on a monthly basis. And then we filter off of that. There's also another set where we do data driven. So purely off of thumbnail and titles without looking at the title. Is this an interesting thumbnail? Is it going to grab for me? Is it eye catching? And how does it perform relative to smaller channels? If smaller channels have a thumbnail or a video that is considered an outlier, so it outperforms their average baseline, that is, that alerts me to say, okay, something here the algorithm picked up. So mixing between data and a lot of self-innovative ideas. So that's a
art and science.
Yeah, you really have to balance the two. And then from that point, that's a pre-production that gets passed down to our producer, who's also a videographer. He takes that, creates a video plan out of it, and then after that,
what does that mean? Like, where do you guys film?
Where we shoot, logistics, what we need, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then after we get that shot, at the same time, what I will be doing is, as he's planning for the video, I'll be working on the thumbnail and title, because that part is just so important. The thumbnail and the title, because if you make the greatest video and no one clicks on it, doesn't matter at all. It's not a great video. And then you make that video, and after that, it goes to our post-production process, which I've recently brought somebody on. And the thing I'm working with him here is not only do we have structurally a good video, is how does the audience feel when they watch it? And that's something that he's been telling me about, because like Sheldon said, as we do more and more content, your mind goes towards a science rather than an art.
Yeah.
And his job is to pull me into the feeling aspect. So stop watching what you're saying, but how you're saying it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the part where he's like, even though your recent video, you've hit all the beats of what should be a viral video, I don't feel that as an audience. I don't feel like I'm in the journey with you. And he's kind of workshopping that with me. And then the video gets uploaded. Yeah.
I think that's the tougher part for, I don't know, at least for me, coming from engineering background. I'm looking at Sheldon. It's like, your engineering background, right?
Yeah.
I don't, like, I never shared this story, I think, on camera. It's like, the first time I went to F45, like, first time ever.
Yeah.
35 minutes in, I faint for the first time in my life. I was pushing so hard that my body just give up. I just put my hands on the wall. Like, I was doing jumping boxes, right? The first time I did it 8 times. I'm like, so tired. Next round I did 25 times. I don't feel a thing. I'm like, shoot, there's something wrong. So I took a break. I put my hands on the wall. Next thing, I'm on the floor. I open my eyes. Everyone looks at Picasso drawing. Right. So that's like how I felt as an engineer, was sometimes just me as a trader, is that I just disconnect everything. I can keep pushing. And now I learn how to feel what my body's trying to tell me, or at least, have Claudette, my fiance, tell me what I look like or what I'm sounding like and all that. And that's like kind of what you're doing now. It's like, you just keep pushing. You think you deliver it, but it's not the way that people are taking it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's the hardest part.
And you guys have 3 guys doing this. So
yeah.
That's why I have Nada as a co-host.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to be the creator and the audience at the same time. Almost. You got to turn off that creator head and be like, how do I view this from an unbiased perspective if I was the audience
100%.
consuming it? And that's a harder shoot to put yourself in.
Yeah. So that's the production side.
Yeah.
And then what's after that? Where are you guys acting in this? Do you guys involve in this production side?
No. Like, as in, we're actually in the videos. Yeah. So
is everything scripted on your side, or is not?
No, he kind of puts us in a scenario, and then we see how we react then. So what's scripted is like, food comes out this kind of food comes out then.
Yeah. I mean, the producer will set up a call usually with them to give them the schedule, like, oh, this is what we're filming this week. and then we just they go like, okay, this is good, and then he kind of lines everything up, the schedule for the day.
Okay. And after that, just go into post production.
Yeah, post
Do
production.
whatever you can from the animation.
Yeah,
add
exactly.
some humor.
Exactly.
Make sure everything flows.
Yeah.
Make sure there's like a storytelling of like beginning to the climax and end right at the climax. Some hook in beginning, kind of
exactly
those stuff.
Yeah, from that. Yeah. Usually I like put my hands on it in the very last copy to kind of keep that same style.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have a question that's completely out of the left field. I'm just curious, but was there ever like a comment that you guys saw where you were just like, this is the stupidest and funniest thing I've ever seen, and they're trying to like roast you, but it's just the dumbest thing ever?
Maybe they roast you so good that you guys like, man, he has a point.
Yeah, like they roasted you so hard you ended up upvoting.
They get
it, you know?
personal. It's so personal.
There are like there have actually been so many great comments through the year that I'm like, fuck, that hurts, but that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are. I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But there are like there are some witty comments.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this person is. They thought this for a while.
The closest one that I could think of that we've gone before is like, oh, these guys, I met them in person and these guys are a lot shorter than I thought.
Oh my god.
I was like,
Oh yeah,
that was pretty good.
That's common, that's common.
And you guys pound on that because Sheldon's Instagram always have the short king.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what we say is you gotta embrace what you have. Right?
Yeah,
So you gotta
exactly.
embrace the short.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the internet is way more intelligent. Like, how many times have you seen a video that you're like, oh, this is so corny, and you're in the comments and the comments are funnier than the video
Yeah.
itself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Oh my god, yeah.
it's like it's the internet itself and the people commenting are a representation of how the public kind of feels
Yeah.
to an extent, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But
That's-
I think they're very intelligent.
Man, on Reddit, I swear most of the posts that I like, it's because of the comments.
Right,
Threads. Like someone will just put something in there and I'm like, oh man, I'll go look at my history. I'm like, why did I like this? I go to the first upvote.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That was the roast that had me like this.
Exactly.
Yeah, some people are so funny. God.
Internet's
The
undefeated.
comment section is just degen land. Like it's crazy. People are wild.
Yeah.
Wow. So, like, if we go back to that first year you guys quit your job, that 20K must not be all coming from AdSense, is it?
That first year? Well, yeah, no, actually, to be honest, that first year, our AdSense probably in the end was about 20K. Yeah. Or like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, I guess. I mean, but there was definitely sponsorships and stuff in there as well.
So, what are ways that, YouTubers on YouTube platforms can make revenue? AdSense is one, sponsorship.
AdSense sponsorship, merchandise. So
Do you guys have merch? Do you have three bubbleheads going on?
Come on, you don't wear the sweaters.
hoodies. They were Yeet Hey Gang, which Yeet Hey is like a term for unhealthy, heaty foods.
Yeah, yeah.
Real
Yeah.
chi.
Real chi.
You're rich, yeah.
Real
And
chi.
it was like Yeet Hey Gang, and then like.
Yeah. I always get yihei. I always get
Yeah.
like so heaty.
Well, if you wear the sweater, you're not gonna get Yeet Hey.
Yeah.
Protect
Oh
yourself.
shit.
But-
Okay, I should probably buy one then.
Yeah.
That looks like a good sweater. Is that the one you're wearing?
That's
Oh, yeah. I keep looking at your sweater.
Yeah. It's not as cool.
This is definitely not as cool. But yeah, there's merch. There's having your own product, which is what we're doing with our new chili oil, which is my mom's chili, it's my mom's recipe, and like people started seeing in our videos, and then they started asking for it. So then we started making my mom's chili for them. There's that, and then what else is there? There's like Patreon.
Just like before we go, like I haven't even tried the oil, the chili oil, because Edward said you guys only have what 4 jars, and you could put your hands on one. Like last time I was at your place, you're like, Cody, you can't try, man. We don't have enough. I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you sure you're trying to make a business out of this?
At my house, we only had like we restocked. Right? That was when we were out of stock. We restocked, so I've got like 15 bottles now at my place, but now we're out of stock again.
How much can you charge? Even if you charge $100, you only gonna make 15.
You know, like this damn chili oil is like so rare that I can't even eat the product we're selling on our channel. Like,
my God.
like there was chili oil, and then I'm like, I like it, right? I'm like, I'm putting my food. I was like, stop putting your food. I'm like,
Why would you be eating the chili oil when the guy has to be saved for content?
yeah, I'm like, dude, like,
Can't get high on your own supply.
yeah,
Like,
I'm like, I like this. I want to eat it, right? And he's like, no. I'm like,
Fine, we'll go eat a competitor then. You know, like, a bunch of competitors.
It's actually fine.
So
Like,
funny.
there's a hot period of time when I'm like, yo, I want to eat the product. I like it, but I can't because he's like gatekeeper of the children.
It's limited, very limited. So we can't be eating it off camera unless it's for videos.
Yo, it's gonna get to the point where he's gonna eat it and replace it with like olive oil or someone else's oil.
Or is either hyping this up, or he does have a business play figure out.
Because it's like a homemade chili oil right now, so it's made in batches, and it's not made in like a factory. How much are you gonna sell it for? Oh, we're selling it for 15.
I'll buy it for 30 if you can give me one right now.
Oh, that's a
All right, deal.
What?
But you still don't have it though, right?
yeah.
You're supposed to haggle down.
Yeah.
You man, we support another Asian.
That is
Sure.
true. I'd pay double.
So there's AdSense. So how do you think this whole thing is in terms of revenue breakdown? Like how much is AdSense? How much is sponsor? How much do you guys have Patreon?
We did, but we didn't really like keep up with it that much because it's another like domain in business that you need someone to run. Yeah, it's not as easy as it seems. Like it's just people just donate money. You know, you actually have to provide stuff for them. So yeah.
I could give so for AdSense, I would say like, currently probably like 12,000 USD.
Per day?
No, per month. 28. Yeah, if it was per day, I would not be like as stressed about it.
You're like step and grab.
Exactly.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
I would say sponsorships kind of from the YouTube side. It on good months it can be like 70 or 80% of the money we make.
Wow. So that's much more than AdSense.
Yeah. On like bad days, on bad months, it could be like anywhere from 50 to 60.
Wow.
So yeah.
I think sponsorships make up the majority. If you look at like the YouTube side,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for most creators, it makes up the majority.
Yeah. So how does sponsor company find you guys, or you guys actually actively reach out to sponsor?
It's a mixture of both. So I built this system where it's like it's kind of like a sales pitch within a minute. So my assistant would scrape LinkedIn for the contacts that are responsible for these sponsorships at these companies that we know are sponsoring videos. And then we would get their email or LinkedIn and then message them there and also email them this like pitch, right? And then so that's how we would reach out. And then we also have 2 agents that bring deals to us and they take a cut. And we also just have regular inbound emails, which I just handle. Yeah.
That's very smart, because that was the part I used to get a lot of DGen, like all these crypto, like they're big exchanges, the top 5. They want to sponsor me. I want to pay multiple 5 figures. I say no to all of them. Thank God I say no to all of them. But yeah. I like the way you break it down. There's organic inbound, and then there's you guys actively go scrape the LinkedIn email, already proven they pay creators, and then you guys go outreach them, and you guys have kind of like a bird dog in the real estate world. It's like you guys have bird dogs where like just capital raiser kind of thing out there and try to get you guys deal.
Yeah. So, well, the best thing is like we have one long-term partnership that covers a lot of our videos. That's with Squarespace.
Squarespace.
I think they really sponsor a lot of big YouTubers, right? Squarespace, like Surfshark, Squarespace, NordVPN.
Yeah.
Those are the
This is our sugar daddy right there. Yeah.
sugar daddies. Yeah.
Love the lifesaver Squarespace, man. Every time Squarespace puts a smile on my face.
My website's built by Squarespace.
Oh yeah? Great.
These long-term partnerships, like they're with companies that we actually like. So it's not like some kind of like scammy thing, right? So yeah, so we end up having, I would say anywhere from like 75 to like 85% of our videos per year sponsored.
That makes a huge difference, man. Just going in to help a lot, right? You know, you have more budget to spend, right? Not knowing that you're making this video, you better pop. I don't know why I'm making this.
No.
Right?
Still goes through that.
Yeah. Do you find that like so I don't really know too much about like the sponsorship side of things, but do you find it's limiting sometimes in the way that you create content? Like having sponsors like can't say anything, or you have to kind of shy away from your authentic self just for a minute there? Or
I think
the main issue is just like meeting their deadlines. Like, hey, you got to get this in like 3 days before, but then we have some last minute changes that we need to do. Yeah. So the main issue is like meeting their deadlines, and they're like, hey, we need certain videos in October, but we might be pushing, we want to push a video to November. Yeah. But as for the actual things, we would only like kind of take sponsors that kind of give us a sense of freedom to say what we want, and also brands that we're okay with. You were saying?
I was saying the bigger limiter of everything is actually YouTube itself.
Really?
Because YouTube is trying to move into the direction of, you know, more friendly type content. So for instance, now it's like, you can't swear in a video, for example. And if you swear in a video,
I think it's the first, 1 minute and 15 seconds?
Well,
sure you cannot
swear. I mean, for sure do not throughout, but I remember we had a video we put out where there was a swear word in the first minute. First 10 seconds, right away demonetized.
Yeah.
Wow.
I heard there's like certain rules.
Exactly. So that is probably the biggest thing, because you need to really watch what you say, which, I mean, on their end, I understand it makes sense. But that's probably the biggest limiter in terms of what it is that you truly as a creative might want to do.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Let's say if you guys have a kid, right? Imagine you're a dad. This son is like, I'm going to quit my job and go start a YouTube video right now. What would you say to him?
Better have a good thumbnail and title, man. Start a YouTube video and you have no good thumbnail and title, don't even start. Just go back to the drawing board.
I'm saying if that camera isn't rolling when he tells me, I'm saying if there was no camera set up somewhere in the house filming you as you told me this, you're not ready, bro.
Right?
Go back to your job.
You're gonna tell me you have to do 9 internships before you quit.
Then go screw some balls and really hate your life to realize that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So good thumbnail, good title. Is there any other advice you would give to like new YouTubers who want to start? Okay.
Oh,
We have someone that has 1.2 million Instagram followers jump in. Okay, he created in 6 months. He's off the scene in case people can't see on camera. He asks good questions. Bruno asks good question. What is a good thumbnail? What is a good title?
Like, let's say if you were gonna do our job right now and make the thumbnail and title for this episode,
please help her out a little bit, okay? Please help her out a little bit, okay? He's running this podcast.
Can we edit Cody out the whole time?
We've been kind of struggling a little
Can
bit.
we replace him?
I would say the best kind of description of somebody, like I attended Vid Summit and then they talked a lot about titles and thumbnail. And one of the speakers said a good thumbnail is one that will stop your scroll, because you're already scrolling all day, especially on your phones, because most people consume a lot of YouTube on their phones. And a good thumbnail should be able to stop your scroll. And because we look at the photos first and not the title, I guess the thumbnail should be able to convey your story. So just purely looking at the thumbnail, it should convey your story. It should be simple. And on mobile, it should be clear. Meaning that a lot of small details that you might see on a big screen when you're making it is not going to make it into the final thumbnail itself.
To be honest, like what you said, like it might actually do better with Cody cut out.
Right?
Not because, you know, you're not a pretty face.
Yeah.
But because like to an audience passing by, right? Like who is Cody? Right? Like if a random person's passed by a thumbnail, who is Cody? Right? Like you're not as much as like you're not Beyonce. You're not, Jay-Z or anything.
I'm not Sheldon, you know.
Yeah. I mean, even
next time I should give it a try. Put Sheldon's face up.
even me, I'm not that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like if your face is not adding, then it's distracting, right? So you might as well put something that might garner their attention on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
because
Cody's TD flyer,
Exactly.
face on it.
True.
There
Maybe
we
just
go.
put a big TD sign up there.
There
just
we go.
put like $0 to $1,000.
Yeah.
And then just put an arrow like
Yeah.
stocks.
and then OnlyFans logo right underneath it, and that summarizes this
Yeah.
episode.
to be
we
honest,
go.
because your face there, right? Because everyone looks as they scroll, you have like half a second to get their attention.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so in that half a second, if they see your face versus the OnlyFans logo, and like they only see one thing really, right?
Yeah.
They're passing by so fast.
Yeah.
If they see your face is not as sexy as the OnlyFans logo. I'm sorry.
Or they'd be like,
As a
Cody's
logo?
OnlyFans?
As a logo.
Okay, fine.
I can't even beat it.
As
As
a
a
logo.
As a random OnlyFans girl.
Yeah. But I do want to say there are some cases that people use it for branding. So Mr.
Yeah.
Beast will always have his, because he's so big,
Oh, 100%.
right? So he's like, I see my face there, people recognize me, and I'll click.
Yeah.
But another thing people are saying now that since he shows up on the top feed for everybody, YouTube automatically previews your video.
Mm-hmm.
So your first 5 seconds or first 10 seconds is part of your thumbnail. And you have to think of those two things together. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because of
think
the auto preview
I think
feature.
what Mr. B says is 1-to-1, right? People click in the first 5 seconds, you have to confirm that they are in the right video.
Yeah.
Right. That has to relate to it. Can't
Exactly.
be like, chili sauce, stock option. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's the only thing. Title and thumbnail. That's it.
Well, the quality of the content has to obviously
Yeah,
matter.
you want to retain the audience. You want to have a stake in the video,
Sure.
a reason why they watch to the very end.
Yeah.
I mean, your idea as well,
Yeah.
right? Because like a video, actually, the idea is probably most important because that's top of the funnel.
Yeah.
Right. Top of the funnel is your idea. Like if you
Yeah.
you could have the best thumbnail about washing machines, but not everyone cares about washing machines. So
Mhm.
your video is only gonna push so far.
Yeah.
100%.
But I will say you can reverse engineer from the thumbnail though. Like you have a really interesting picture and think of a good idea
Mhm.
from that picture,
Mm-hmm.
right? So different ways.
Sometimes I found their YouTube channel that have a lot of views, a lot of followers, but the audience are there for the content, not for the creator. Whereas like my channel is more like people here for the creator, or the context of the value of it. How do you guys look at those then? Which one do you guys think is more valuable? Like for your channel, people are here more for you guys.
Yeah.
What kind of half and half? How funny you guys can be around this topic, right?
Yeah. And I think that this is something that is something that we like identifying why the audience that we have, because we do have 1 million subscribers of
Mhm.
people that have historically watched us,
Yeah.
and that demographic changes. To be purely off of personality based is really hard to survive in this climate, just because there's people that are producing way higher quality content just based off ideas,
Mm.
right? But to abandon all that and just go pure idea based with no personality is also something that, at least based on our previous videos, doesn't entirely work. So it's really balancing the two aspects of that.
Hmm.
I mean, they come for the idea, stay for the personality.
Yeah.
100%.
So
that's the thumbnail.
idea is 100%.
That's
Well,
a thumbnail and packaging, right?
and that's the idea itself as well.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Your idea itself fundamentally has to draw them in,
Mm-hmm.
and then afterwards, once they're in, do they like what they get? Do they like the sandwich they're
Yeah.
eating? Okay, if they do, then I'll keep coming to the sandwich shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kind of like buying an iPhone. You have the pretty packaging, you open it up, and you have the phone in your hand, and it's nice. But then what if the phone is not good quality? The back is kind of shattered,
Mm.
right? You open it, like it's just not friendly user experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell is this?
It's true.
Right?
It's almost like a funnel of its own.
A funnel within a funnel.
Yeah, it's kind of like people see a thumbnail, they click in, they confirm for 5 seconds, yes, this is what I want to watch.
Mhm.
1 minute, yes, this is still what I want to watch.
Yeah,
5 minutes, yes, that's still what I want to watch.
Yeah.
I want to see the end, so people
Yeah.
watch through it.
exactly.
Do I like that? Okay, if I like that, maybe there's more interesting stuff that I'll watch and then go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, exactly.
Funnelception.
Yeah.
It is kind of funnelception.
Yeah.
Funnel.
That's a technical term.
Oh, really? Is it actual term?
No.
Okay, no, I thought that was the actual term. I didn't know about.
Not us like that. Don't worry. So is there anyone in your space as a YouTuber that you guys look up to?
I mean, we have all different preferences when we watch YouTube, but right now, like, I feel like as a creator, you enjoy content less just because you're like, oh shit, he did that effect here. This is how we can do in our video, right? Like, you're watching from a retention
I know.
standpoint,
Just yeah.
you know? So, channels that do it well, that kill it kind of in that space, I would say one off the top of my head would be like Jolly. You see them. They have another channel called Korean Englishman,
Mhm.
where it's just two Brits goes out and tries different food.
Mm.
They really on the idea frontier do really well,
Mhm.
and then also when they deliver an experience. You kind of want to sit and eat with them, you know, that kind of quote unquote experience. So they kill it in that frontier.
Mm.
Yeah.
And why do you think they're like? Why do you look up to them in that way? You could do the same thing.
Exactly. That is the exact thing. Is that because their ideas are good, and then they execute on the feeling, and people
Mhm.
keep on coming back to their content. They get recycled. So they can post a video like once every 3 days of them just going to eat, but because the research planning on what they're eating,
Mhm.
and also them, like the audience enjoying them as they're eating, is the perfect balance.
I was gonna say one of our friends, his name is Nigel, otherwise known as Uncle Roger.
Yeah.
He is the best life ever, in my opinion.
Why though? Oh, Uncle Rogers was playing at the charity fund
Yeah.
basketball game with Jeremy Lin and Sifu. When I was there, like Uncle Rogers was there.
Simu.
Sorry.
You call Simu, Sifu.
Simu. Yeah, Simu.
But yeah, no, it's I think his life is amazing because he has his whole system just perfect. It's like people plan some of the stuff and then he sits in front of the computer and films and reacts to things. Ideas are plentiful, right? Because it's based off like if other people are, are how other people are cooking and such. And his audience is so loyal to him. Yeah. So like it's just consistent views. And all from the comfort of his home if he wanted to. I know he's trying to experiment with more like active videos, but yeah. So it's a good life.
Is that a system you're trying to build, Mike?
He has an essence about him. Like he knows his community to a T. Right? He knows exactly what they're for.
He's from UK, right? He's Asian, but he lives in UK.
Yeah, he's from Malaysia. He's actually
from Malaysia.
Lives in the UK.
Yeah,
Lives in UK.
Wow.
yeah, but he really nails down exactly what it is. And I think at the end of the day, for me, I guess the next point in our content and video is kind of really identifying that one archetype of that watches us and being able to directly talk to that person.
Do you guys imagine someone you're talking to or your avatar when you're making a video?
That's the hardest part as a creator, like stepping outside and putting yourself in the shoes of the person that's sitting there and watching it. Because even when I watch YouTube videos now, it's all from like the perspective of a science. Oh, at minute as 30 seconds, he said this.
Yeah.
But if we say this at 30 seconds, it might not be the same.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why I think bringing on different people to work with us is helpful because of that perspective alone. Right. So it's hard. I think that's a very hard thing to do.
So what do you think is Uncle Rogers doing that you guys are not doing?
Oh, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, he just dropped that
Getting millions and millions of views. That's something that he's doing.
I mean, that's a
result.
result, but
Yeah.
what about the process? He said he has a perfect process, right?
I mean, I think he's created a character that speaks directly to what a large amount of audience is looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that relatable type uncle that a lot of people can watch. And moreover, on top of that, he's also created content that is very easy to enjoy with their family.
Yeah.
Right? It's like your mom can watch it, your dad can watch it, and they can all enjoy it just the same. Like for me, right? And I know our content.
Yeah.
Well, the truth is, like, my mom used to watch our content sometimes, but now she's like, I don't get it. She doesn't get our content anymore. She doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't understand it,
She won't watch it.
she won't watch it. And that means that for Nigel, Uncle Roger, he has parents, kids, grandparents, all able to enjoy content together. For us, only a small subset of people can enjoy our content because it's hard to understand for some people now. And so that's what makes it have that limited scope in terms of maybe someone might like the idea, but once they're in, it's not a sandwich that they like to eat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Have you guys tried to like simplify it? I don't know if that's like a weird question because like when I think of Uncle Rogers' content, like it reminds me of like early FouseyTube where he would like wear the hijab and act like his mom, and it's like that relatable like growing up pains.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure I can't even imagine like the complications of like trying to make content and try to have it be appealing to a wider audience. But do you find that sometimes you get caught up in like complicating things or overthinking it? Like is that something that you guys have like had before?
All the time. I would say all the time. You're trying to like, you're trying to be the consumer as well as the creator, as well as the, make it broad and as well make it like, Mr. Beast, like, so you're pulled in different directions all the time. But just really like understanding why people have, are there in the first place. I think that's where that's a starting point. That's a root.
Yeah.
And then you draw outwards from there.
100%. Sounds like you guys got to put on makeup again and be an auntie. You got to pull the auntie role. Listen, someone's doing uncle. Now we
Hondo P.
You guys read a lot of comments to reverse engineer the why people watch your video?
I try. Yeah, I pretty much go through every comment that we have.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. has to align with your own personality and
Yeah.
goal.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But if it aligns and all that, you never thought about it, you're like golden.
Yeah. It's like a multiple circle Venn diagram, and then that little bit in the middle is that perfect piece, you know. And
Yeah.
Uncle Roger and Nigel has that figured out like to a T.
Cool, man.
That's awesome.
This been a blast. I really enjoyed the talk. Best one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you tell that to all the people that you
Yeah,
invite?
Cody said to everyone.
He does. He's a
best
host.
one yet. Trust me, this is the best one yet.
You can ask Satya. I don't usually say that, right? Usually when Nada makes a joke, I never laugh. Today is already a rare thing that I give her credit on the last video because
That's
she talked about the
It's not a
cost
problem
back
with my
mortgage.
jokes. He just has no sense of humor.
Oh,
starting
perfect
to-
duel.
what?
Yeah.
There might be an age gap.
tried it.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
D-Gen.
the age gap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Blame
there's
the age.
the difference between the wealth, you know.
That is true. You'll get there one day.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Thinks he's gonna come on here like I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
make really good
Yeah.
Co-host. You hear that?
I question that. I question that every day. Let's see how long this lasts. Okay, I really don't know, but pleasure for you guys to be on. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you so
Appreciate you
much.
guys coming on. Honestly.
Time
in case people don't know, we really took us months to put this together.
Bro.
We rescheduled how many times? 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I take the. I want to say credit. That's such a bad thing to say. I want to say credit for it, but yeah, blame.
Yeah.
I'll take the blame on that.
They just couldn't leave Cody on red
Yeah.
Yeah.
no longer.
Let me do some useful work here. Okay,
Go
so
ahead. for
if
once.
anyone is still watching this up until this point, for sure go check out Canto Mando. Very funny stuff. Great 3 guys. Their journey. Great food in Toronto, Canada, and everywhere in the world as well. Okay, and if you want to learn more about investing, Wealthbuster, make sure you like and share it
Yeah.
with 5 people. We have. Give us a comment if you guys like more guests like
Yeah.
this. We also know Hafu, right? Also really big YouTubers from Toronto. You can get him on as well. If you want to learn more investing, I have a channel, Cody Investing, a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But go check it out. And Nada, do you want to say something?
What? I don't know.
If this video gets to 10,000 views, Cody will shave his head.
There we go. And he'll open an OnlyFans.
Yeah, that'll keep the people coming.
I don't think that's a problem if 3 of you guys start sharing it. I think that would go up.
I want to see Cody shave his head.
I want to see
Yeah.
Cody's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you some options there.
Okay. Thanks for coming on.